Supercontrollers. So it's that time of year again, and we really want your feedback. We're talking about the NPS survey. You'll remember you completed it 6 months ago. We're right in that space again. So we learn a huge amount from this data, and we use it to focus our efforts on creating the very best product, supported by the best service to make your business remarkable. And we want to know what makes you sit back and smile, and also what makes you explode with frustration. Here's a compilation from some of our SuperControl team with what we've learned and the changes that we've made as a result of your feedback. So please get involved. We're listening.
Well, I think it's important to have their voice in the mix so that we're moving the product in the direction that is desirable to the largest proportion of the user base, rather than either just our own opinions internally or the opinions of those who may get in touch to voice their opinions outside of something like the NPS. So it's to try and get as wide a level of input as possible to give us the most accurate data to steer direction of our activities.
It's really good to hear people coming back to us after it, explaining how much of a difference it's made for them, what improvements they've seen. It's really good for us to know that we are doing the right thing. So when we get this feedback from rolling out developments, then it just makes it a lot easier for us. So yeah, it's really important. It's not just a survey that goes out and then it's forgotten about when we get the results. And there is 4 teams of people who feed into the results of that report. And there's a lot of dedicated time to go into checking the feedback that comes in. How do we resolve it? What's the best way forward, so that obviously the next NPS result survey that goes out, we can see we've made significant changes. So it's so important that you fill it out as honestly as possible, and then we know what areas we need to work on.
The client's voice during all of this and is so important. Without that, we would be working in the dark. So it's very important that we're listening to our clients. They use SuperControl for their businesses every day, and they know best what's going to work for them and what's going to work well. How many people do this to actually let their clients know we're listening? Last time you sent your feedback in and this is what we've done. So it's a really good thing.
So client feedback is really important because it helps us to understand the client's journey better in a way that we could never otherwise do. It helps us to listen more closely to where clients are identifying gaps for us. So, we might not see something that the client finds a gap in, and particularly in the help center material, that's really valuable insight, because even though we might think an article is clear, actually having so many pairs of eyes go over it and say, actually, that isn't clear, that could be made much better, a screenshot here would be really useful. That is the most valuable thing for us, because the aim is to provide the best and most appropriate resources, and we can only do that if we get the feedback to enable us to constantly curate and improve those resources for clients.
Yeah, so user feedback's really important. I think without the voice of the client, then it kind of makes any improvements to the service or the product redundant, because it's the people that are using it that actually understand it the most and understand what they are missing from it and what they need to gain from it. So I think having that feedback, we can't really do anything without it. I think it's key to not only product development, but just improving our internal processes like training and onboarding.